I want to step back and think about those that might not be as digitized as our biggest customers that are bringing in all these construction technology. Where do you think those big gains are coming from when constructions who haven't fully digitized their workflows start bringing those to the table?
There's a couple of things that come to mind. First of all, is at a very baseline is creating more operational efficiency. And we talk a lot about operational efficiency in construction, whether you're a small family-run contractor or you're a large construction manager, trying to do a lot of big projects with multiple languages or multiple contract methods. And when you can save small moments, those small moments add up, and that makes a big difference for a lot of our customers. But outside of just the technology alone, when we think about customer success and the role that we play with adopting that technology, it's really a place where Autodesk steps up, and it's a huge differentiator for our customers because we recognize that they're using our tools, they're using other tools, they're using in-house tools that they've created, and they need help, and they cannot, it's not easy, not something easy to do alone, and it's our responsibility as a technology provider to help pave that path and be that GPS and demonstrate what the map to success looks like. So, operational efficiency is the baseline, but then from there it becomes so much more. There's places where we see customers advancing in their safety workflows. We talk about construction as an industry that's trying to advance. It's still a huge, safety is still a huge issue for so many of our customers. Brandon and I both came from the industry. It's something we have a lot of personal stories about, and we want our friends and our family to go home safe at night. So when we can infuse technology to make lives better and to make people go home safe, that means something. And I think that's where the places that technology can really help.
And as we kind of look to that and how it evolves, we're finally at a moment now where there is so much purpose-built technology that supports construction, specifically where we hadn't had that in the past. And I was speaking with Jim Lynch earlier today, actually, on this specific topic. If I look back retrospectively and think through where I'm sitting in the construction ecosystem and what I used to do in the past, it was a nightmare. It was chaos. You're chasing documents, everything's being emailed back and forth, version control was a nightmare. Yep. And this isn't even stepping on site or thinking about the safety element that you were alluding to. So we're at a really fun inflection point, things are a lot better. Brandon, I do have a question for you. So let's think about those who have digitized to a certain degree. Like maybe they've picked up a couple tools, they haven't embraced a full platform approach. What advice would you have for them, or what gains might they bring if they really fully plan to digitize their entire construction ecosystem?
I think it's a really interesting question, right? And the reason for any pause or hesitation is just, I think it all starts with truly understanding the problems you're trying to solve for. So it's really easy to be, sort of captured by strong marketing collateral and, shiny objects and capabilities of product. But if at the end of the day, you don't have a sound process in the way that your teams operate and work, in most cases, technology can make a bad problem even worse.
Truth.
So I think when we see truly successful accounts move to that second phase of optimization, we've digitized, we've adopted it for document control, basic workflows. Before we ever talk about that next opportunity to optimize, it's what problem are we solving for, right? What are the key challenges that we want to differentiate? And the thing I think most customers that have been truly successful in that way, they have pivoted that focus towards data, right? How do we take the efforts and behaviors that are happening on a job site, map those behaviors to positive and or negative outcomes, and then identify those root causes that got us there? And the idea, sort of thinking about optimization from that data-centric point is that not only is there obviously an accountability metric that goes along with that, but I think more importantly, understanding the data that's needed to be captured to drive that positive outcome, I think it really helps you understand where you should invest in that next phase of optimization, right? If I know what I want that end state of data to look like, it makes it easier for me to say, maybe I need to go into 3D asset control, maybe I need to move into a cost management system, maybe I need to optimize my ERP solutions. But if you don't have that data-centric approach at first, it's really hard to sort of nail what that next step is.
And it's so interesting when we look at that too, and it says a lot about the customer success team and the experience they bring to the table, because with people that are industry experts like yourself and other people in your organization, you know what questions to be asking, and when customers share that insight with you, you understand what they mean too. And so it makes those conversations much more meaningful. And the data piece, Ali, you know me as far as the construction data nerd. I spent a lot of time researching this. It's such an interesting moment now because we have customers and non-customers asking asking questions about data in a way that they never did before, and now we're gaining access to data in a way that just wasn't possible, or even something that we even envisioned 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. And all of these systems are now converging into platforms and enabling technology to integrate in a way that we just weren't able to do. And so it's exciting. I'm a giant nerd, I admit it, but it's a fun moment to be in construction.
I mean, well, one thing about that too is that construction is an industry that is fundamentally about reducing risk and managing risk. And so much of our industry is also based on institutional knowledge and having a fundamental experience of growing out on a job site. And I think the power of things like data and connected construction technologies is that it's helping to uncover these places where unknowns are no longer an issue. I mean, that's not to say that there aren't unknowns. There's plenty of unknowns still.
Yeah, construction's rife with risk and surprises.
Absolutely, and that's going to take a long time to completely eradicate. But I think what we're beginning to see is that those spaces are becoming more palpable and more real in terms of using data to find problems before they start.